right, good morning, everybody. We are continuing, of course, on the topic of that database. So let's pick up with where we left off. As usual, for those of you that are joining us over on YouTube, Instagram, and or Facebook, I would encourage you to come join us over here on Zoom. This gives us the opportunity to better interact. The whole purpose of this is to work on our skills, continue to get better. Yesterday, I broke down the ideology, the concept, the content, as far as how to go after your database and how to become more masterful. This morning, of course, we're going to continue to work on our skills. So I'm going to encourage those of you that are joining us over on those other platforms to come join us over on Zoom. And if for whatever reason you can't, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and ask your questions there. We will get those questions addressed. And again, for those of you that are joining us here on Zoom, thank you for being here on time. And at the same point in time, if you have any questions, feel free to jump right on in, ask your questions, and we'll get those all addressed. All right, so let's go ahead and continue to move forward. We have been talking about database. And again, for those of you guys that are joining the very first time, we are talking about personal database, past clients, family, friends, associates, people we do business with out in the community. And then, of course, our vendors. Those are going to be escrow, title, lender, attorney, home warranty, all of those innocence type of people. We did talk about going from a transitional script. And what's the transitional script? Going from some of the scripts, whether it's introductory, introducing yourself for the very first time, I'm new to the business, or hey, I'm new with a newer company, or I'm newer to a new company for myself in a sense. And then, and or of course, there's always going to be the people that we lost connection with. Okay, those people that we have not connected with in a while. And those people that we're going to call that a reconnection. There's even another script, and the script that I'm referring to is going to be that of the adoption script. What's the adoption script? Well, that's basically with where we are meeting a lot of people. Think of baseball team, soccer, football, PTA, Chamber of Commerce, and all of a sudden we get in front of a bunch of people. We become part of a new group. We can start to adopt some of the people. So those are some of the scripts we've been talking about. But now we're on the maintenance script. What's the maintenance script? That's basically call number 2, number 3, number 5, number 10, number 50, all the way, ideally, as you continue to build these relationships with our people. All right, so with that being said, we did talk about that maintenance script. Okay, now this is important that we understand as far as that maintenance script is concerned. Okay, because in that maintenance script, let me share it with you guys now. First, 1 second. The viewing size changed on me as I clicked on it. All right, here we go. Yep. So in regards to this maintenance script, this is again the call that we are making, number 2, number 3, number 5, all the way infinity and beyond. Now, this script is important because as you're going through having the conversations with your people, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be giving them value. That's the importance of the script. Now, for those of you that have a hard time calling your database, it ends up being one of two things. Number one, it ends up being your ego. Just simply, I don't want to come across desperate. I don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to be rejected. All of these everythings. It's basically, in a sense, your ego. Number two is you don't know what to say. You don't know what to say. I'm helping you with what that is. Okay. Now, the what to say portion of this is with what helps build that confidence. And building that confidence is where we can continue to have these conversations. But where there is a gap, there is basically the glue from everything we're talking about. That's going to be right here. And that's going to be the insert your topic. And what I mean by the insert your topic, we're talking about giving them information about interest rates, loan programs, law changes, benefits of a trust, all kinds of everythings. When you do this, people look forward to your calls. When you're calling them just to ask for business, yeah, they really don't want to take our calls because all we're doing is sitting there begging for business. Okay. Think about like Mona V when that thing was around. How about, people that are selling the multi-level marketing? Just all kinds of these everythings. People don't want to hear that. They want to hear the stuff as to with what's beneficial for them. Okay, and we're going to continue to break down this script, and I'm going to come back to this. But let me open it up to the audience. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything that I can address out the gates? No? All right, let's continue where we left off. Now, if you do have a question, feel free to just jump right in. Now, as far as Where do we start? Because some of you have been in the business for 2, 3, 5, 10 years. We talked about putting all of these people on an Excel spreadsheet. But you're also, as you're listening to this, you've closed a deal or two. You just closed a deal last month or a couple months ago or whatever it is. And you're just kind of like, I'm going to start. I'm going to get there. I'm going to organize my stuff. And I hear that sometimes. I had a coaching client yesterday that's been trying to organize their database for the last 4 months. I'm like, when are we going to get going? Right? So in this, it is important that we understand that you just have to start. Because in that starting point, what you're going to do is you're going to start to put these people on the Excel spreadsheet that I'm referring to. But I also want you to create a system for your past clients. Because what you do is you close a deal, you take your videos, you do the testimonials, you blast them on social media, and then 2, 3, 5 days later, there is nothing. There's nothing but crickets. 2 months later, nothing. 6 months later, no calls. A year later, nothing. And we find ourselves in this position. And then we end up losing that connection with that client. And we're expected because we thought we did a great service to them by helping them purchase and or sell their home, that they're just going to automatically refer business to us. It doesn't work that way. So what I'm referring to is I want you to build a system. And one of the systems that I'm referring to is to where when you end up closing your deal, okay, you close your transaction. And when you close your transaction, you call them on day 3. You call them on day 7. You call them on day 21. You call them on day 90 and every 90 days thereafter. But Robert, what do we tell them? Well, how about just simply creating that system to where you can call them and check in? Day 3, hey, I just wanted to make sure you got all of your insurance information. I wanted to make sure that you got everything that you need, your home warranty. You did? Okay, great. That's awesome. I'm going to check back with you next week to see how things are going. Day 7, day 10, whatever it is, you create your own system. Give them a call back. Hey, now that you guys are staying there, how's everything doing? How's everything working? Is everything fine? Anything that I should be aware of? Now, we hate doing this call. And the reason why we hate doing this call is because we're just sitting there like, you're going to cringe at the moment that they sit there and say the plumbing isn't working, the electrical, the roofs, the here, the there, the all this other stuff. Well, if you did your job the way you're supposed to, you don't have to worry about that. Why? Because ultimately, with what you did or with what you should have done, is you went through your inspections, you had them sign all of the disclosures, you did your final inspection, everything's perfectly fine. Okay, cool. It's a house, it's got to break down. Okay. And sometimes it literally breaks down the moment that they walk in. It's not your fault. And if there is something of that nature, embrace it, be the hero. Give them a call, walk them through it, tell them to call their home warranty, tell them to call their insurance, get them a person that maybe you can refer them to. Okay, don't be the person that sits there and shies away. And then again, call them in 21 days. Hey, just wanted to check back. Everything good? Awesome. Okay, cool. You're creating this system. And then that way, when you call them on day 90 every quarter, as I'm asking of you to, it becomes systematic. Okay. Versus I closed the deal and that deal closed last July and I haven't spoken to them. It's kind of weird to give them a call now because it sounds like I'm begging for business. I'm hoping that that makes sense. I just want you guys to be in a position where you have a starting point. Okay. So any questions from that direction? No? All right. Let's continue to move forward. Okay. Here's another thing. These people are waiting for a call. Okay. They're not. They're not sitting there saying, oh my gosh, Robert sold me a house 11 years ago. Why has he not called me? So if I were to call them and they're just kind of like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Oh yeah, of course I remember you sold us the house. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, no, I don't really know of anybody. I mean, yeah, if you want to check in, sure, that's fine. Yeah, but we're not really looking to do anything. We're perfectly fine. So, I mean, yeah, you can send me some stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. You get off the phone and you're like, man, that was kind of cold. Well, yeah, you deserve that. So you haven't called them in 2, 3, 5, 10 years. Okay, what are you expecting? What you're going to do is you're going to rekindle that relationship. Okay, and the rekindling is you made that commitment. I'm going to check in with you 3, 4 times a year. And when you call them back, now it's going to go through. Robert, hey, I know we spoke just a few months ago, but I wanted to give you that update, like I mentioned to you. Have you heard about with what's going on with the market, specifically to the interest rate, specifically to whatever it is? Okay. So in that, I want to make sure we are all on that same page. Because ultimately, with what we're doing is we get ourselves in a position, we call these people, we get frustrated, we get annoyed, we get agitated, we don't want to call them. And again, as I mentioned, there's two different types of realtors that I coach. There's realtor number one that totally gets it, understands it, embraces it, and absolutely kicks ass in this business, double, triple, quadruples their business. And then there's the other agent. And the other agent is the one that avoids it, ignores it, doesn't do with what's being asked of them, doesn't organize their database list, doesn't call their database, doesn't work on their skills, and they go, "Well, I got a couple deals referred to me, so I'm good. I don't think I need that database thing." And what ends up happening? That's the agent that's sputtering. That's the agent that found themselves last year saying, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some of the Uber Lyft on the side. And I'm not putting you down. If you have to do that to survive, I get that. I understand. Okay. But we control our destiny. Okay. So I'm going to ask of everybody right now. Some of you guys are on your phone. Okay, which is perfectly fine. Some of you guys are on a computer, which I appreciate. I'm going to ask of you to go to your phone right now. I want you to go to your contacts. Go to your phone, go to your contacts. And if you're watching this on other platforms, I want you to do the exact same thing. Okay. Now, if you guys are watching this after the fact on YouTube, grab your phone, go to your contacts. I want you to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I want you to look at how many contacts do you have on there. What's that number? What shows up on there? 200, 300, 700, 432, 1,237. What's that number for you? Okay. So for Lucy, has 2,300 plus. Now, in this simple exercise, again, it's just very basic. It's not 100% proof. Okay, so Jorge has 2,800, Deborah has 2,892. So in this, I want you to cut that number in half. Okay, so for Luz, that's 2,300. That's going to be basically about 1,150. Okay, George, that's going to be about 1,400. Deborah, that's going to be, again, another 14 and change. What does that represent? What that basically represents is I want you to now take that number that you cut in half and multiply it by 10%. Okay, 10%. Because that's how much business you should be getting just off of your contact list. And here's the crazy thing about it is that that's not accurate. If anything, it's like 99% error on the side of that's too low, if that makes sense. Yay. But I had you cut it in half and I kept it realistic. But let's go after, let's say, for example, Jorge. With Jorge, he has 2,800 people. Cut that in half, that's 1,400. Of that 1,400, 10% of that gives us 140, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So Jorge has the opportunity to close as many as 140 transactions from one source. And I've seen this before. This isn't the first or the last time. I've coached, people like, for example, Peter Chiarkas, Louis Gott. These dudes absolutely blew it up. Mark Hammer. These dudes had this in their system. Luke Johnson. These gentlemen actually absolutely nailed it. Went in there, looked at it, scrubbed their list, and what ended up being 30, 40 deals out of their database started to grow from 30 to 50 to 75 to 85 to 110. And it's this constant pursuit of wanting to capitalize on that 10%. Well, let's further break down George's situation. So 2,800, divide that by it in half, that's 1,400. Okay, now of that 1,400, 10% of that is 140. Let's say he doesn't capture 10%. Let's say he doesn't even capture 5%. Let's say he captures only 3%. Okay, and 3% puts us in a position that's basically 14, 28, 42 transactions. George, I don't know what type of production you do, but are you capturing at least 40 to 50 deals from your database, personal database, past clients, family, friends, associates, and vendors? Absolutely not. Okay. And this is exactly the type of person that I enjoy to coach because now I look at how do I extract this. And again, as I mentioned, I expect all of my coaching clients to have 4 different sources. That's just one. This is how you have the opportunity to control your destiny by simply doing with what I'm asking of you. And yeah, I'm talking to you, George. Okay. So in that gives us the opportunity to, in George's cases, he can actually capitalize in getting 30, 40, 50 deals from this one source. Now the question is, what is that other source? Okay, is it open houses? Is it door knocking? Is it social media? Is it expireds? Is it FISBOs? I don't care what it is. Okay, even if it is 2 or 4 deals, and then another 2 or 4 deals, and then another 1 or 2 deals. Okay, that's basically putting at about 10 to 15 deals from these 3 sources, plus another 30 deals. That's 40 to 50 deals that I should be expecting from this gentleman to be doing. And I'm not even done. Okay, because we got to get to that 5th and even that 6th source. And then how do we grow those other 3 sources from 2 to 4 into 5 and 10? How do we grow the 1 to 2 and turn that into also 4 to 6? Okay, so we're going to continue to work and look at all these alternative sources. But I want to make sure that today's message, I do want to make sure you guys understand the importance of just starting, create a system. I don't care if you close a deal or two last year or none, but you got to start because this is ultimately, like I always say, this is not necessarily the fun money. In George's case, that might be the fun money. Okay, or it could be Jorge. I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. Now, as far as that is concerned, I want to make sure that we understand that you guys have the opportunity to control your destiny. It always saddens me when I see people, for example, last year, where they end up doing two or three deals, and then I ask them the type of question that I'm asking right now, and then they have the opportunity to do 40, 50 deals, but they only did three because they avoided their database. It's crazy. It's mind blowing. I don't get it. It's self sabotage. It is basically business suicide, and it makes no sense. Okay. So what we're going to work on is now the skills. So this is the part where, again, I'm going to encourage for those of you guys that are joining on all other platforms to come join us over on Zoom. And for those of you guys that are here on Zoom, I'm going to now share the script. Let's work on our skills. Okay. Let's get some people going because this is the whole purpose of being on here. So who wants to be the first volunteer to go? Then I don't know if we have everybody intentionally muted or if I can get participants. Not all jump at once.
I'll do it, Robert.
There we go, Deborah. Appreciate you. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. We already did that first call. I want you to work on the second call. The way that second call, I want you to identify a couple of quick things, and I'll show you. I'll be the agent first to show you with what I want you to work on. And I want you to, number one is I want you to be able to say it's your realtor, and then number two is I want you to say, I promise you I was going to check in with you a little bit more often, but I'm gonna go first to show you exactly with what I mean. So this is
Okay.
number two. So I'm calling you. Ring ring.
Hello.
Deborah.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, hey, yeah, it is. It's Robert, your realtor. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What about yourself?
Good, I'm doing well. I promised you I was going to check in a little bit more often, and I wanted to borrow you for a few minutes to give you that real estate update. Do you have about 5 minutes I can borrow?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to work on. So what I'm getting at is we already did call number one. We did the introductory call. We did the reconnection call. We even did the database adoption call. Now we're on call number two. And what we're doing is we're wedging ourselves in that business relationship, conditional business relationship with them. And we're putting ourselves in a position where, hey, you know what? This is Robert, your realtor. Okay. Labeling my
Mm-hmm.
I promised you I was going to check in with you. We don't want to say the word promise too many times in terms of sales, but again, these are our friends, family, people that actually like, love, and want to give us business. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Deborah. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hello, Robert.
Oh, hey, Deborah, what's going on?
Hey, I I forgot. Wait a minute. I messed up already. Can we do it again?
Do it again.
Okay. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, hello, Robert.
Hey, what's going
This
on?
is Deborah Patton, your realtor. How
Hey,
you doing?
good, thank you.
Great, Robert. I promised you that I was going to call you from time to time to check in, just to give you an update on the market. Can I borrow you for a few minutes
Yeah,
to give you
absolutely.
that update?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great, great. Robert, interest rates have declined, have come down to six in the sixes, and that's the lowest it's been in a few years. And I just wanted to check in with you to see who do you know that would need this information, or anyone thinking about buying or selling or even investing.
There we go. Good. Good job. Okay, so great job in regards to bringing the value. I want you to create a little bit more enthusiasm and excitement. And the way that I
Okay,
want you to be able to do that is kind of from this perspective. Let's roll reverse again. I'll be the agent. So I wanted to see if I could borrow you for those 5 minutes.
sure.
So, Deborah, what I'm sharing with all my friends and family is, have you heard about what's going on with the interest rates, by the way?
Um, no, no, I haven't.
Yeah, the interest rates are great. They're doing absolutely phenomenal. They're below 6%. We've even gotten some clients down to as low as 5.5%, which is the lowest it's been in almost 4 years. My question to you is, who do you know that is needing this information? You see how I did that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Little energy, little enthusiasm, and sell me on it.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right. Do you want me to do it from the top
you got 5 minutes, start from there.
or just from, okay. Um, ring ring.
Just start from, do you have 5 minutes?
Okay, do you have a few minutes? Do you have 5 minutes I can borrow?
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Great. Robert, I just wanted to take the time to give you the real estate update. The interest rates have come down to the sixes, and even in some cases to in the five. So it's the lowest it's been in many years. So I wanted to check in with you to see who do you know that's thinking about buying, selling, or even investing? Because now is a great time to jump into the market.
Yeah, it does sound like it's great. No, I know my brother bought a house, I think it was about 2 years ago, and the guy ended up with like 8%. Is it
Mm.
probably a good idea to talk to him about possibly refinancing?
Okay, great. Yes, I have some lenders that I can connect them with for sure.
Okay.
Anyone else you know that is thinking about buying or selling? Anyone? I know you bowl, so are you used to? So anyone in your on your bowling league or in your church that may be interested in buying or selling?
Cool. Good job. So what I want you to do though in this is I want to make sure everybody understands. I just want you to ask one at a time and then just slow down just a little bit. I appreciate
Okay.
sharing with me about your brother. Who else do you know of? Maybe, hey, I know you bowl. Can you think of anybody from bowling like that?
Okay. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. So I know thank you for sharing that with me. Now I know that you bowl. Anyone you can think of on your bowling team that may be interested in buying or selling?
Yeah, I can't think of anybody there.
Okay. Well, I thank you for thinking about it. Um, what about church?
Well, actually, I was talking to my pastor. We were golfing the other day, and I know he was talking about possibly getting a bigger church. And is that something that you can probably handle?
Oh, absolutely. I can help him with that.
All right, cool. Let's
Um,
leave. So good job. Thank you for volunteering. So here's what I want to make sure that the audience does understand is that we do, when we get down to question number three, it's not work, neighbors, family, bowling, golf, church. We're going to break it up. So do you know of anybody from work? No. How about any of your neighbors? Can't think of anybody from my neighbors. Well, hey, I know that you golf a lot. Anybody from golfing? Yeah, as a matter of fact.
okay.
That's what I want to make sure that we do. But overall, Deborah, I just wanted to say thank you for, of course, participating. You did a great job. I want Lizette to give you a little bit of insight too. So, Lizette, any critique you want to give Deborah?
Yeah, a great job, Deborah. So I do think I wrote down the same thing. It's just asking one at a time and just pause, allow them to elaborate and then move from there. I do think just slowing it down, which you did a lot better on the second round because you slowed it down. You let him talk and it just flowed a little bit better, versus it sounding a little fast at the beginning. And
Yeah.
so whenever we speak faster, it almost gives off like nervous. But yeah, I think you did great.
Thank you.
So in that, in regards to Deborah, the only other thing that I'm going to add to is take that nervous energy and go with it. Okay, use that to your positivity because that nervous energy in most cases ends up showing up in a high frequency versus a low frequency. So use that high frequency. You might have to do a little bit of jumping jacks, to just kind of like maybe ease up a little bit. And then number two is just kind of slow down, or just even run in place. Believe it or not, I'll sit there and I'll do that sometimes when I'm going through making calls. Yeah, I got a lot of energy I got to burn off. And then other times, not so much. So I would say take advantage of that. Let's get somebody else to go, though. Who's going to give it a shot? Let's get Angel, Jorge, Farnaz, Luz, Maria, Teresa. Let's get somebody to go. Come on.
I'll do it.
All right. There we go. Let's jump right in.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, Robert. This is Farnaz, your realtor, and I promised you I was going to call you from time to time to check in with some great real estate news, and I have one, Robert. Have you heard of down payment assistance from Cal FHA.
Good stuff. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to be just a little bit. You're at about a 6 in terms of enthusiasm. I want you to get up to an 8. Okay. But I do like the pace. I love the pace that you're doing. Okay. So let's start from the top. A little bit more enthusiasm. We want these people to know and feel excited. I don't want you to be over the top, annoying 11, 12. I just need you to go from a 6 to about an 8.
Okay.
So ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, Robert.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Farnaz, your realtor. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm doing well. Thank you. I promised you I was going to call you from time to time to check in with some real estate news, and I have a great news I would love to share. Do you have 5 minutes for me?
I do. I do.
Wonderful, Robert. I don't know if you heard of the new mortgage program going, helping buyers with their down payments of up to $150,000 from Cal FHA. Have you heard about that?
Is that like a grant, free money, or what is that?
It's a grant. Is what they do is they help you with your down payment, with buyers with the down payment. And the great thing is, Robert, for our county, the maximum, uh, gosh, I know the word, but I don't. Okay, let me do it. The great thing is for the maximum household income for our county is $305,000. So I'm sure a lot of buyers qualify for that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the reason I'm calling is, who do you know that is needing this information or thinking about purchasing?
Very good. Good job. So I love the topic. I love the energy. I don't know if you felt the difference between going from a 6 to an 8. Cleaning up a little bit of that, and I get it. I understand you're
Yeah.
obviously live in front of a handful of people is not always easy. But I love that because, especially for my California agents, that's a great program. The Cal FHA Dream for All program, they are giving away 150,000. I would say it like that. They are giving away up to $150,000. And then that way it gives you the opportunity to say, yeah, that's free money. What? What's the catch? Well, there are some qualifications. My question to you, though, is who do you know? Do you see what I'm doing?
Hmm.
Okay, so let's start from do you have 5 minutes? And I want you to just clean up a little bit of the value add.
I have to still work on that because I just thought about it to share. So,
All right,
do you
lay
have
that
5 minutes?
down and fix it.
Pardon?
So just clean it up, write it down, and then just practice it, and then fix it, and then that's what you want to be able to share because that's a great, great topic. So I don't
Yeah,
want
I'm
to.
going to work on that one this morning.
But let's try it again and just shoot from the hip.
Okay. Do you have 5 minutes for me?
Yeah, go for it.
Robert, there's this great new program. It's by Cal FHA, and basically what it does is gives free money to people up to $150,000 to help them with their down payment and closing costs. Have you
Uh,
heard about that?
I mean, is that the same one that they did like 2 or 3 years ago? I think.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, they did it last year and they gave 3,000 people, they helped 3,000 families. So that's a great opportunity for any buyers. So who do you know that might be able to take advantage of this great opportunity?
Good. Well, I can't really think of anybody, but now that you're sharing that, I mean, I definitely are going to let people know.
Wonderful. I appreciate that. And you can always introduce us, and I would be more than happy to help them, give them all the information they need.
Yeah, for sure.
Great, Robert. Should we stop?
Is there anyone maybe from work you could think about? No.
Okay.
How about any of your neighbors? No. Anybody
Mhm.
in your family that maybe could take advantage of it? No. Well, hey, I'm going to leave you in charge and kind of like so. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's
So
try.
is there anybody from your work that you can think of, Robert, that can take advantage of this program?
No.
How about your family? Anybody in your family thinking about purchasing?
No, but I'll share it with them. I mean, that's definitely great news.
Yes, it definitely is. Okay, how about neighbors?
Good job. Very good. Okay. So I appreciate you participating. This is where I'm going to ask of everybody to make sure that we are continuing to participate. Lizette, before we go, I want you to give Farnaz quick little feedback in regards to some insights that you were able to take away.
Okay, so I think the flow of your asking on the second round, the what you just did, so with your work and then no, okay, so what about your neighbors? It just flowed so naturally. So I like that. And And I think it's an important piece because people generalize, oh, who do you know? And you're being more specific. Now their mind goes directly to work, and then their mind goes directly to neighbors. So every time you're asking that, you're basically guiding their mind. So I think it's important. It's an important piece, and I think that you flowed through it pretty naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. Good.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great job. All right. So, George, we got to talk about coaching, man. If you're not in coaching right now, you got to get coaching from somebody if it isn't for me. So let's maximize in regards to getting you more money. All right, everybody. So I wanted to take a minute to just say, of course, thank you all for being here. Thank you for attending yesterday. I will see everybody next Tuesday. And then, by the way, for my LA people, I'm going to be back in LA area on Monday. I have the benefit of speaking over in Whittier. Okay, I'm going to be in Whittier. I'm going to be speaking for the NAREP South Bay chapter. So that's going to be fun. So I'll be out there. So if you guys are anywhere in the vicinity, that's going to be an evening session. I don't know if I start at 4 or registrations at 4, but it's in that 4 to 6 window. So I can get you guys more details. All right, everybody, let's go have a powerful, productive rest of the week. I'll take a listing or 5, and I'll see you guys either in Whittier or I'll see you guys next Tuesday. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Robert.